and I'm super excited about today's video because today we're gonna be finally playing with the new Anastasia Norvina Volume 4 palette. She just launched this baby and added her to her collection. You guys already know that she has Norvina Volume 1, 2, and 3, and it was about time she gave us, you know, a part 4. This one, it's more of like a spring, soft, like pastel kind of vibe. Super cute, like honestly I love. So this is the look that I came up with. You guys know the way my eyes work. I gotta go in with the brightest and boldest colors. So yeah, what do you guys think? So this is the look that I came up with. So if you guys want to see how I created this look using the new Norvina palette, then you already know what to do. Definitely keep on watching. But before you go, make sure you hit that subscribe button, because I know y'all peep the consistency. I know that y'all peep that I've been on a roll, okay? Pat on my back because I've been killing shit. Definitely make sure you're subscribed and make sure that those post notifications are on. And yeah, until next time guys, bye. Alright you guys, jumping into voiceover. Originally this video was actually supposed to be a talk through, but being that I did upgrade my mic and I do not understand any of the settings, the audio is a little bit wonky in this video, as you guys already heard in the intro, so I decided to just make it a voiceover. So yeah, if you guys see my mouth moving, that's why. So starting off with my p.louise base, and I'm using this to prime my eyelids for the eyeshadow. And of course, with the star of the show, I'm going in with the ABH Norvina palette, and this palette is so stunning. So anyways, starting off with the shade B4, which is a really pretty light purple shade, more on the lavender side. So this eyeshadow is actually giving me like a pastel type of vibe, which is really hard to do in an eyeshadow for it to look actually pastel. So with this shade, I'm gonna be honest with you, you have to definitely build it up because it is very light and pastel. So I did definitely have to build it up, nothing crazy, because you do want this to be your transition to start off this look. So you don't want to go in with an intense purple anyway. So yeah, I just wanted it to show. So anyways, now I'm going with the shade E1, which in the pan it looks more of like a softer pink, but when you apply it on the eyes, it is definitely like a hot pink shade. So this is when it kind of like threw me off, because I was gonna go for more of a softer purple moment, but being when I incorporated this E1 shade, it just kind of like took this look to kind of like a neon-y type of look, if that makes sense. So I was just here for it. I was like, okay, this is where we're going with this, say less. So then I just decided to go in with the shade E5, which is a super bright neon pink. You guys, like when you see this eyeshadow in person, that hot pink is no joke. So yeah, I just decided to pop that right into my outer corners just to add some depth. And yeah, I know that bright yellow was calling my name. So that's the shade D2. Now, I will say this about this shade. I was kind of disappointed because it was more on the sheer side. Like, don't get me wrong. With this look, it definitely came out popping. It was a poppin' ass yellow. But it definitely takes a lot of building up, and it does have a little bit of patchiness. Now, I did see that Norvina did mention that this shade was actually more on the sheer side. So you can use her electric yellow liner if you guys want to make it more vibrant, or just even use a yellow base. But to be honest, if I was to use this palette again, I would not put this shade all over my lid. I will actually just save it for like a cute little pop of color on your inner corner. But overall, I wanted to just keep it in here just to show you guys, you know, the realness of this palette. So now moving on to one of the pressed glitters. This one is in the shade E2. Now this was so cute because it is kind of like a white glitter with gold reflex, and on the inner corner, because we did put that yellow, it kind of gave more like a baby yellowish feel onto my inner corner. Super pretty. So now I'm popping on my lashes in the style Speechless, and of course my Smashbox coconut primer spray to set this face, well, to prime this face. And now I wanted to go in with a new primer. This is the new Primed and Poreless by Too Faced, and you guys, this stuff is thick, but it is so good. You guys, I loved it. This, well, is loved it a word? I loved using this today. It literally just made all my pores vanish. So of course we gotta live our Anastasia moment. So I'm going in with the Anastasia liquid foundation. I am in the shade 300C, and of course because of quarantine, I'm super pale, have not been getting any sun, so this foundation is a little bit on the darker side, but don't worry, when I put concealer and everything, it will blend together. So yeah, like I said, this was originally supposed to be a talk through. That's why my mouth keeps moving, because I was talking, but my audio sounded horrible and I was like a second away from actually not putting up this video. But I really still liked this look, so I decided to just do it in a voiceover. Moving on to concealer, I'm using my Jouer Essential High Coverage Liquid Concealer in the shade Cream Cafe. And this was honestly my first time using this concealer, and I will say this, it is beautiful, you guys. It blended so nicely underneath the eyes, and I like the shade of this concealer. It left me a nice bright under eye, and girl, it was definitely full coverage like it says. So it was bomb. So now I'm going to set my under eyes with the Fenty loose powder in the shade Butter. I love this powder. I kind of went ham, but yeah. To set the rest of my face, I am going to take my MAC Mineralize Skin Finish in the shade Medium Golden, just so that foundation is nice and set and locked in and not moving anywhere. And of course, we had to Give Me Sun from MAC. This is their bronzer. A little moment again, because y'all know I love this bronzer. And yes, this is honestly one of my holy grail favorite bronzers, and I always bring it back here and there because she's honestly stunning. So yeah, I'm bronzing up my cheekbones as well as my forehead, you know, just giving my face some color. I'm not necessarily contouring, I'm more just bronzing and giving the skin some life. Now moving on to this Anastasia bronzer in the shade Saddle. This is to contour my nose because it is a lot more cool tone. And to clean up that bronzer some, I am going to use my Airspun powder in the shade Translucent. I would never use my expensive powder to do this, girl, because it is honestly just a waste. So I recommend honestly just using Airspun to do this. For blush, I was contemplating between these two. These are from Colourpop. The first one is in the shade Meteorite, but I decided to go in with Interstellar, which is more of a pinky tone, versus the neutral one because I felt like it would just make the eyes pop a lot more. So I decided to go in with the pinkier one, and as you guys can see, these blushes are gorgeous. These were my first time using these as well, and they were honestly so pigmented. You literally do not need a lot on your blush, on your brush, and your blush is popping, girl. So anyway, moving on to that same lavender shade that we put into our crease, as well as dragging a little bit of that neon pink, not too much. And I'm only putting that on the outer corner of my lower lash line. And that's all I did for my lower lash line. I honestly kept it super simple. This headband is honestly hurting me, girl. It gotta go. Like, I had to take that shit off, girl. It was just not sitting cute today. And it was like, just... no. So moving on to highlight, I'm taking my Nicole Guerrio Glow Kit from Anastasia, and of course I'm going in with my favorite shade, which is the shade Glow Getter. It's just a really pretty golden, like, champagne color, super pretty, and it's super wearable. I feel like this palette would look gorgeous on so many skin tones because it's so versatile and there's so many shades in it. So yeah, I'm also highlighting my nose, of course, and a little bit on my forehead because I did want the skin to look nice and dewy. And last but not least is the lips. I am using the Morphe lip pencil in the shade Backseat Love, and then topping that with the NYX Lingerie Push Up lipstick pencils in the shade Corset, which is like a cool tone nude. So pretty. And now to finish off the skin, I'm taking the Anastasia Dewy Set Setting Spray, which is one of my favorites. It literally just makes my skin look so glowy and just so pretty. I love it. And this is the completed look. I love it. As you guys can see, the Norvina 4 palette did not come to play. Sis definitely has pigments. But I did want to jump in to talk through one more time just to give you guys my final thoughts of the palette. Alright guys, so I did my hair and I changed my shirts, and I actually like the way this little lavender shirt looks so much better with the eyes. So now to give you guys my final thoughts on the Norvina 4 palette. Honestly, I am excited to play with it more. I feel like this palette is screaming spring and a lot of soft colors. I'm pretty like surprised with the way that this look came out today because I feel like I just went straight in with the most brightest, boldest colors because that's just the way my eyes work. But yeah, and then I feel like if I would have not did a look like this, half of you guys would have been like, why you didn't use that neon pink or that yellow, or I don't know. So I feel like this is my first look. Obviously I have to play with this palette more. I will be doing a lot more looks with this over on my Instagram, so make sure you're definitely following me on Instagram because not every makeup tutorial I end up filming. So if you guys want to stay up to date and see all my looks, then definitely follow me on Instagram. But yeah, as far as the palette, honestly, it is amazing. Literally just like the same pigmentation you're gonna get in the other Pro Pigment palettes. The only thing with this one, obviously, like I said, is just the colors are softer, and I peeped that she did just incorporate 2 pressed glitters, and I did use one of them in my inner corner. But honestly, none of the shades were patchy or blending weird. So yeah, these blend out amazing. Like I said, I love the formula of the Norvina Pro Pigment palettes. So yeah, comment down below what do you guys think of this look. Definitely before you go, make sure you hit that subscribe button, and yeah, thank you all for watching, and until next time guys, bye.